Hey guys, so today's video is going to be a little haul. I decided, you know what, new year, new makeup, let's try something different, and I kind of got inspired to pick up some things I would never normally pick up, and I thought it'd be fun to film videos about that. Most of you know I was gone for a pretty long time here on YouTube. I miss you guys terribly. I wasn't on Snapchat, I wasn't on Instagram, I was just lost in the sauce, my friend. So really quickly, just to keep you guys like up to date on why I was gone for so long, which I talked about on Instagram and Snapchat, I was just dealing with a lot of overwhelm towards the end of the year last year. I think I talked about it in one of my last videos that I posted before I went MIA. But suffice it to say, there was just a lot happening. We bought a new house. It is the first house that I've ever bought before, so I was not prepared for all that goes into that. I'm very happy that we did it, but it was super stressful at the time. We ended up getting 2 new puppies around the same time, which I don't know what we were thinking, but I loved them too. Then it was the holidays, and then there was just like some personal things in my life that were going on that really just had me depressed. I was massively depressed for a little while there, and I'm on the other side of it now. I'm feeling really good, really positive, really happy, and I just wanted to tell all of you, thank you so much for reaching out to me and checking on me and really like having me and your thoughts and in your prayers for that time. I read all of your Snapchat messages, all of your Instagram comments, all of your YouTube comments, and if I haven't responded yet, please just let me say it meant a lot that you cared about me. So yeah, I came back about a week ago. I ended up filming 2 videos. Neither of them turned out, but one of them I deleted after completely editing it and finishing it and everything. I think that instead of refilming those videos, I thought it might make a little more sense to just wipe the slate clean and go for, as I said in the beginning, just new year, new makeup, and just kind of see what happens. So let's just jump right into this. I'm gonna start off with like the smaller portion of the haul, which was an order I made from Beautylish. The first thing that I got was the Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Brows Brow Gel. I got this because I was running out of my Benefit Gimme Brow and I wanted to try something new. I love Charlotte Tilbury. There's nothing that I've tried of hers that I don't absolutely love, so I thought I would give this a whirl. It says that it is a quick and precise brow definition brush and gel. I actually did use this today. I will say what's really interesting about this compared to the Gimme Brow, not that I don't love that, I do, it's one of my favorite products in the world. The main differences would be the fact that this brush is the smallest thing I've ever seen in my life. I feel like the Benefit Gimme Brow does a good job of just creating definition in the brows, whereas I feel like this is a little bit more of a gel in the sense that it does create that definition and movement throughout the brows, but it also locks them in place in a way that the Gimme Brow doesn't do. So far, I really like this. I'm not sure if there's multiple shades of this. I can't read where it says anywhere on there that this is a particular color, but yeah, once again, this is the Legendary Brow Gel. I also had to get a refill of my Airbrush Flawless Powder. If you guys have not tried the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Finish Powder, I don't know what you are doing in this life. This is literally the most seamless and beautiful powder I've ever used in my entire life. I use this pretty much every single day. I use it underneath my eyes before I bake. I use it when I don't bake. I use it to touch up my makeup throughout the day, and without fail, it always looks airbrushed and flawless. There's something about this formula. I believe I heard somewhere that there's like rose oil in it that gives you the most smooth and hydrated appearance. It never gets flat or chalky or gross. It's just perfection. So yeah, I love this stuff and I will repurchase it forever. It's the best powder ever. Go into my Ulta bag first because I have a very interesting announcement to make with what I purchased. You guys have been following me for a while and supporting my channel for a while. You know, I kind of took on a pretty big principled stance as far as Morphe is concerned. I was getting everything together and I was getting ready to start filming again, and I was looking at some video ideas that I had, and I had written out some anti-haul notes a while ago and I never filmed the video. I was thinking about filming that anti-haul, but then I just kind of had this moment where I was like, okay, Whitney, I cannot have every single video that I post be like, don't buy makeup ever. And maybe I should, once in a while, try some of the things that I anti-hauled and see if I still believe what I said in the anti-haul video. So I figured I would start with Morphe. Funny story, I actually ordered the Jaclyn Hill palette off of Morphe.com on Sunday, and then I went makeup shopping on Tuesday, and they had it in store as well. So I have 2 of these. I'm gonna do a giveaway with the one that I ordered. I will do the giveaway of the palette in the video that I film reviewing and testing out these Morphe palettes. So I have the Jaclyn Hill palette, and then I have the 350 Nature Glow palette. I don't know if this is the same thing as the 350 palette that everyone's always like going banana sandwich about on YouTube and Instagram, but this is what it looks like. I will say, as far as this one's concerned, so far, I'm being just dead honest, I'm really not very impressed with it. I haven't really used them on my eyes yet. It's just the way they feel on my finger, and the smell of this reminds me a lot of the palettes I talked about in my anti-haul video. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll link it right here. I had a whole explanation about why I really didn't see myself ever picking this up, but this reminds me so much of those palettes. I'm just saying, first impression of this one so far, not super great. We'll try it, and I'm gonna give you like my honest to God opinion. I'm not married to anything that I say on this channel. Like, I change my mind about things all the time. So if I use that and it's the greatest thing in the entire world, I will definitely let you know. And then this is the actual Jaclyn Hill palette. So basically, I ended up getting the 350 and the Jaclyn Hill palette because when I posted on Sunday night that I had ordered the Jaclyn Hill palette on Morphe, I had a few people write me and kind of tell me like, if you want to get an opinion of Morphe, I would recommend getting a different palette as well, because there seems to be some sort of difference between the two, and there is like a sizable price difference. I think this one, the 350 that I got, is like $23, and this one was like $38. And just from what I can tell so far from just swatching it, there does seem to be a difference for sure in between these two palettes. Now, I haven't used them on my eyes officially yet, so I can't tell you in terms of their performance what I think. I really wanted to wait to do that on camera, but I will keep you posted. I will just say so far though that I can tell this is definitely a more superior formula compared to the other one. I'm very much so not impressed so far. I needed a new eyelash curler, so I got the Shiseido eyelash curler. I usually get the Tarte one, but I was literally like, you know how like when you're going to the register at Ulta and Sephora and they have like those little turnstiles up there at the front with all kinds of product? Luckily, this was sitting there when I was leaving because I was like, oh yes, I need one of those. Grabbed it. I've never used a Shiseido eyeshadow curler before. Eyelash curler before, so I'll have to keep you posted on how I feel about it, but I mean, an eyelash curler is an eyelash curler at the end of the day. Speaking of eyelashes, I had to get another mascara. This is the Tarte Man Eater mascara. I think this is my favorite. If I had to say, this might be my favorite mascara. I feel like I tried a lot of them, high-end and drugstore lately, and this one just does such a beautiful job lengthening and separating my lashes. For the most part, mascara for me, like really where I care about how it performs is my lower lashes. I don't wear mascara if I'm not wearing falsies, so it's not like I'm putting mascara on every day at all. But the way this coats my bottom lashes and really separates and lengthens and thickens them, it's a beautiful formula. It doesn't flake off. It's never got runny on me. It doesn't irritate my eyes. It's just a really bomb mascara. This is the Lancome Dual Finish Highlighter. I really do not go makeup shopping and look for highlighters. I'm just not that into them the way some people can get, but I'm really trying to step out of my comfort zone. Makeup New Year's resolution for the year is to be just overall more open-minded, more open to new trends and techniques and products, and stop living in this little bubble I can tend to stay in where I just kind of think I know everything. I'm definitely that type of person. If you know me in real life, you know this to be true, but I can work on that. I'm trying to change. So with that being said, yeah, this is the Lancome Dual Finish Highlighter. I got mine in the color Sparkling Pichet. I don't speak French. But this one, they had a few colors and I just thought this would be more something to my taste. It's just a nice kind of like goldeny peach shade. It reminds me a little bit of Champagne Pop, I'm not gonna lie. The texture of this is really, really nice, and the actual effect of it is super gorgeous. Like, I don't get super slap happy and excited about highlighters, as I just said. Something about this one was just really special to me. I don't know if you can really see that picking up on camera. I think it's the texture. It's a really nice, silky, buttery texture. It's not really stiff and dry. It's not chunky and glittery. It just seems like it's gonna be really smooth and really beautiful on the skin. But like I said, I haven't tried it yet, so I don't know. But I definitely think this is gonna be a really beautiful formula, and I'm interested to see how it applies on the skin. So I will just have to keep you posted. This is the Becca Sunlit Bronzer in the color Capri Coast. I saw these bronzers last year and was really intrigued by them, mostly because I thought the shade range was really nice. Sometimes with bronzer, I feel like a lot of companies come up with extremely orangey red bronzers, which work for a lot of people beautifully, but on me, it's not good times. I tend to go for something a little bit more neutral and not super deep as far as bronzers are concerned. And I really just thought the colors that they came out with were really interesting. So when I look at this on my hand, it's got like a really interesting texture to it. It's not completely flat matte, and it certainly isn't shimmery, but it really just kind of blends out into a nice natural skin-like finish on the back of my hand. I'm gonna have to try it on my face to let you know how it works. If it's too shimmery or too satiny on the skin, I could definitely see how I wouldn't prefer something like this, but I'm willing to try it. And like I said, the color itself was something I was really drawn to. So yeah, if you guys have any experience with these, please let me know what you think. Onto Sephora. What I went makeup shopping for in the first place was this little baby. This is the Nars Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. I have the Nars, it's called like the All Day Luminous Foundation, which I really, really like. This is obviously, I can tell just from the tube, gonna be very different than that one. The other one I'm talking about, the Nars All Day Luminous, is very silky and kind of a little bit of a mattifying foundation. This one is supposed to be like more of a cream. I'm not gonna pump it on the back of my hand. I've seen a lot of reviews about this. I've seen a lot of pictures about it on Instagram. I read the reviews on Sephora, and it just sounded like something that was gonna be right up my alley. So I'm really excited to try this. If you guys want me to do like a demo review situation with this or anything else that I have in this video, please let me know. But I think this is the thing I'm borderline most excited to try, and I got the color Punjab, the color that I got in the other foundation, and it seemed to work just fine, so that's why I figured I'd get it again. I got the Tarte Park Avenue Princess Chisel palette. Contour kits are not something I'm drawn to all the time. Actually, that's not true. I think I bought a few contour kits last year, so I can't exactly say that. And I'm gonna be 200% honest about what drew me to this purchase, and that is this palette is the most beautiful palette I've ever seen. And this is how you make a palette, people. Like, this thing is freaking stunning. I am very rarely such a sucker for packaging that it will influence my entire reason to purchase something, but this guy just got me hook, line, and sinker. I love Tarte's blushes. They're one of my favorite products on the market, and I was hoping that I would feel kind of the same way about their contour and highlight products. So this palette seems to have two highlighting shades, two matte highlighting shades, that is. It seems to have two like really shimmery bronzers, which I don't know if I'm gonna get any use out of those, but thanks for putting them in there, I guess. And then two matte contour shades as well. The two matte contour shades are Princess Cut and Angle. Princess Cut is a little bit more cool tone, a little bit more gray tone contour, and Angle seems to be a little bit of a more warm tone. I'm excited to play with this and figure out which one I like the most and see how the, like, literally, look at this thing. I'm excited to try it out and see how they perform. Once again, if you want me to do a review on this, I will, but I'm just absolutely hypnotized by how gorgeous this thing is. Like, never seen a prettier palette in my life. I might never actually use it because it's so stinking gorgeous. I want to keep it like in pristine condition forever. This is the Josie Maran Vibrancy Foundation. I picked this up because I was literally on my Sephora app while I was in Sephora looking at foundation reviews by like highest rated, and this one was really highly rated. Now, I normally am not the type of person that is gonna gravitate towards a super dewy foundation, but right now, as it is at this time, my skin is so dry and just kind of lackluster from the winter weather that I'm beyond sick of. I cannot be made happy. I'm either sick of summer or I'm sick of winter. I'm over it this year, let me just tell you. But it's really drying my skin out and it just looks so dull and lifeless. And the reviews of this were so good. And even though it's a more dewy, and from what I understand, a foundation that actually has argan oil in it, it seemed like a lot of people that were either combination or oily could still use it, and they really seemed to enjoy it anyway. I'm absolutely gonna return this if I don't like it, because I was actually really hesitant to pick it up in the first place. Mine is in the color Awakened. I haven't tried it yet, but I will let you know what I think. Once again, as with everything in this video, if you want me to do a full-blown review of it, let me know. But you know, one of the other things that kind of drew me to this foundation is that according to the bottle, the argan oil and some other ingredients that are in it seem to actually improve my skin while I'm wearing it. It isn't very common with makeup, so if there's a piece of makeup out there that I can use that's like gonna like make my skin look better, I'm probably gonna pick it up. So yeah, that's this guy. Speaking of talking crap and anti-hauls, I did an anti-haul around September where I made a comment about how like Too Faced needed to just cut it out with the chocolate collection and how like enough is enough, blah, blah, blah. Well, listen, sometimes I'm wrong. Sometimes I am dead ass wrong. And I feel like this is one of those times. This is the Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette. Let me just say, when I saw this, I was blown away. This is a palette comprised mostly of shimmers. I think there's like there's 4 mattes in here. Everything else is a shimmer. But the formula of them and the color payoff and just the way they swatched, like, come on, that's gorgeous. I do not need this. I did not need this. This was pretty much the biggest impulse buy of my life, but I'm just really intrigued by these shades. It's been a while since I've tried a Too Faced, like a brand new Too Faced product. Really hadn't bought eyeshadow palettes in a long time, and as you can tell, I've gone a little bit berserk with them. There's just something about this that I was just drawn to. I don't know if it's the gold. I don't know if it's the jewel tones in this palette. I don't know if it's the shimmer. I don't know if it's the smell, but something drew me to this guy, and I'm definitely gonna try it out and let you know if this is something that I think you need, or if it's nice to have, or if I'm just a giant dope for picking it up. But I mean, honestly, that green by itself kind of makes me feel like it's worth the palette. It's beautiful. Oh yeah, I had to pick this up too. Speaking of Too Faced, this is the Too Faced Hangover 3-in-1 Prime Set and Refresh Spray. I used to use the Hangover RX Primer all the time. That was a big favorite of mine for a hot minute. And I really hadn't picked it up in a while because I've been pretty satisfied with my moisturizers and priming moisturizers that I've been using, but I was in the market for a new setting spray that was going to bring some hydration and some glow to the skin, because like I told you, I'm pretty dry right now and my skin's just looking a little bit lackluster. I don't know, I couldn't tell you 100% why I picked this one, but I have actually sprayed this a couple of times and I do like it. I will say the fragrance isn't my absolute favorite thing in the entire world, but I did like the way that it made my makeup look, and I liked the way that it made my skin feel before I applied my makeup. So we'll just have to use this a few times to get like a full-blown impression of it, but thus far, it's pretty good. Sight. I got this out of sheer curiosity, let me say. Really, Huda Beauty's products haven't called to me, but like I said, I've just been kind of a makeup snob lately. I haven't been the most open and willing to try new things. So I figured I'd pick this up and just see what this Huda Beauty business talking about. So my first impression of this is kind of a little bit underwhelming. This palette was $65. This would be one of the more expensive eyeshadow palettes in my collection. Not super crazy about the packaging, like the whole pictures screened on it thing isn't my favorite. Obviously the packaging isn't going to deter me from liking a product if it performs really well. One thing in here that I think is really interesting is there's a color in here called Cosmo. You can tell I swatched it. That seems to literally just be a pressed glitter. And I don't mean like a pressed pigment. I mean, it's like they took glitter and put it in here and like somehow got it to stay in place and be in a solidified form, which I thought was kind of weird. I've never seen anything like that before. I do like these pops of purple in here. I haven't done a purple look in a very long time, so this is kind of getting my creative juices going. But overall, like, it does seem like a really nice array of colors. They seem on the fingers like they're gonna perform pretty well. I will just have to really get down and dirty and try her out and see what I think. But yeah, I don't know. I have never used anything from Huda, and I thought now would be a good time to pick it up and get my feet wet with it. Alright guys, that's the end of this haul. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know if you want to see any tutorials, targeted reviews, whatever, using any of the products that I mentioned here. Most of them, particularly the eyeshadow palettes, I think I'm definitely going to do dedicated videos to, and maybe even the foundations as well. If you're interested, please let your girl know. Also, make sure you are subscribed if you are not, and if you are subscribed and you're not getting my video notifications, you want to make sure to hit that little bell down there below the video, because that way you will always be notified when I put something new up. There's times where I'll be filming for like weeks at a time straight without stopping, and then people will be like, I miss you, where are you? And I'm like, I didn't go anywhere, I've been working, girl. But that's the best way to know if I put anything new out recently, as well as following me on Snapchat and Instagram. So yeah, I hope everyone's doing absolutely wonderful, and I will catch you in the next video. Love you more than you will ever know. Bye.